Hello everyone, I have finally breached the barrier for the second last tier. I have acquired 400 mil last night, so today should be possible as well. The problem is, I didn't clear the ticket in time before dinner. So this is actually the supposed to be third try, but just for the sake, I will refresh today. Uh, Again, I don't think my score is very strong. If you compare my score to what other people are doing with Tatsumaki, with Chow Emperor, yes, I'm nowhere near. I can link you all to a video where a person is doing nearly 400 mil per hit now, almost there. But the main purpose of this video is just to highlight what do you need to do in order to clear Boros or at least survive to round 10. Okay, so let's get down to it. Okay, now the problem with my lineup is that my Ama is very weak. Okay, and my Boros doesn't have 3 Espers. The ideal lineup would actually be I take out, for example, Silver Fang. I put in like Goribas. But for now, I'm going to stick with this lineup and I'll show you guys how it works. Okay, so in order to survive Boros, you actually need a certain amount of extra damage first. Okay, let me just undo the auto before anything bad happens. Okay, and you need to clear out the backline ASAP. Every alternate turn, turn 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, the boss will actually use his ult and it deals splash damage in extra damage to the other units. So even though it's outing the zombie man, the other 5 units will take extra damage. And the amount of damage taken is actually dependent on how many of these fuckers are left alive at the back. So, oh shit, I might have fucked it up already. Oh well. So, basically what you have to do is to make sure you clear out the backline before turn 3 or have a lineup that is tanky enough to survive turn 3 with maybe only one of them dead. So I shall demonstrate how to do that. If I fail, I'll just restart, but I wasn't supposed to use my Boros out there. Okay, so what I do is that I have my King to deal AoE damage to all 3 at the back. I have my Garo to deal AoE damage to all 3 at the back. And unfortunately my Boros doesn't have the obscene amount of damage that would be ideal. So I have to actually control my output a bit. Okay, you can see here that the Gary Gunship is almost dead on turn 2, so that's great. Okay, the priority is to kill off at least 2 of them by turn 3. So Amai here hopefully deals more damage, and hopefully my Garo follows up on the Goribas. Normally to deal more damage, I actually use Amai on turn 1 to injure them. So that was a mistake. I shouldn't have used Boros out there. Of course, if my Amai can survive the turn 3 bomb, then I wouldn't need to bother with all this. But the problem is my Amai is quite weak. Yeah, it's a weak Amai. So let's try again and see whether we get the internal injury on him. We really need it. Okay, good. At least he's internally injured, so he's probably going to die. So as long as there's only one of the 3 backline alive, my Amai will survive turn 3. Okay, last 2 energy, and let's pray that he dies. If he doesn't die, then we have to restart. Okay, all good, he's dead. So as you can see here, Boros is currently the only one that, aside from Melzagat, that's alive. And because of that, the damage output is lower. You can see that it's not as much as the turn 1 ultimate. A lot of my units actually took barely any damage. You can see here, you can see here, you can see here. Okay, so how do you actually let me show you then. Okay, how do you actually fight from now on? You have to optimize your damage output for turn 3 onwards, and to do so is quite simple. Okay, you just need to make sure that Boros is debuffed properly and you heal your lineup. To do the healing, actually Zombie Man alone is enough. So right now, I'm still focusing on killing off this guy. But from the next turn onwards, actually, I'll let Amai do the injuring, and I'll use Zombie Man to heal instead. Okay, this is not a full auto build yet. I'm too weak to do that. But if you were to full auto this, basically Zombie Man should be the one that's outing every turn, and the Amai should be the one that's injuring. Okay, so even for King, I just need to do a Shatter. Okay, because for King, his job is to just give Boros the ultimate buff. He doesn't really need to do anything after this except shatter the person and heal himself up. Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate how much heal is given. Boom, you can see 350k healing. So 2 procs of that is actually enough to get almost all my characters back up to full HP. Okay, Amai's Injure takes over from Zombie Man's Injure here, which means that I can actually go almost full auto now. Okay, so I can turn off Garo's one if I want, but usually I just turn it on because it's cool. Look at the animation, it's sexy. But in other players' builds, right, they just let Garo auto attack. Boom, 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 boing. So you see the heal, almost full heal for my Amai because my Amai is very squishy. The word is squishy. So there's a good thing about this lineup is that even if you don't have a 5-star zombie man like mine, the addition of Garo as an unyielding unit means that you can put him here and he can help your main DPS survive all the way to the last turn. For me, the main DPS is Boros and King. So this build is actually quite ideal right now. I think if I finish getting my damage output up, and if I change to focus on upgrading my Boros, I should be able to hit the 200 mil mark within another 1 or 2 weeks. Yep. So if you see what's going on right now, I always have 8 energy every turn, and the healing from Zombie Man was enough to keep my team alive. From turn 8 and turn 9 onwards, I don't really care whether my team is healed up because it's the last 2 turns. They're going to die anyway. And the combined damage output of the other 3 characters isn't important or strong enough. Yeah, so over here, I'm going to do the final turn. Okay, this is the final turn for my 3 characters here, but these 2 will probably still be alive. Boing, 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 boing. My Amai is very weak, by the way. Don't laugh at his shitty damage. I'll show you all my Amai stats after this. Oh wow, Silver Fang is alive. Holy shit, Silver Fang. What? How? 死老高, 死老高. Boing. Okay, I don't know how much damage that possibly could have dealt, but it's a cute little old man. See, 160 mil. So I'm on the way to getting higher damage output. Okay, as you can see, I'm at 300. So with one more hit, I would have entered the tier 4. Of course, the goal is to hit tier 5, which needs you to hit about 250 mil per run. Definitely possible. So let's refresh again and go to the next tier. I'm just doing this to show you guys, but I don't recommend you all actually refresh your club bosses, especially not for Boros since there's no chest here. It's not like Geryu where you have a chest. Okay, and the main reason I like doing Boros is because the other day I actually got a very strong piece. I got orange with extra stats already, so I know that from here, this tier onwards, you can actually get orange with extra stats. Okay, call them shiny pieces. So let's give it a second try. This time I try not to fuck up the order. Again, normally I don't use Boros for round 1 to out because it's just dangerous. If my Amai dies by turn 3, I have to restart. So usually what I do is I try and guarantee the kill on 2 of the targets at the back. Okay, so instead of outing, I just do this. It gives him a berserk anyway. Not necessarily good for the damage output, but it's just to secure my run to make sure that it's above 150 mil. So since Goribas is the one with internal injury, I'm going to finish off Goribas. Okay, as you can see, only 3 hits. If I get another 3 hitter, it may not be ideal. So definitely want to take note of this. Alright, next turn. And it seems quite tiring to have to manual, but the thing is that it's fun actually. We've run out of things to do for a long time in this game, and having something to aim towards is definitely increasing or bringing back some of that fun factor. So I don't really mind manualing, especially it's only 3 times a day. If anything, I'm more annoyed by the lack of things to do. So yeah, this is something you guys can consider, just trying to push your club boss damage. I think that's a great second goal even for whales. Some whales have prioritized club boss damage, some haven't. If you're one of those whales if you're like my server who only focuses on PvP, then obviously your club boss Boros doesn't really have much going for it. Yeah, club boss Boros gives a good amount of healthy drop, so it's not a bad goal to aim towards. Let's see if my Garo can kill off either of these 2. If he can, then it'll be great. Alright, nice. So now we can save this turn to hit the Melza. and get a earlier proc for Amai to switch to the Zombie Man lineup. So that's excellent. See whether we can finish him off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, not even close. My Amai sucks, but good. His damage is probably going to die within the next 2 turns. Definitely going to die in the next 2 turns. He has a internal injury proc on him now. So here's the plan. Okay, I'm going to start switching to the normal attack cycle because I think Garo can handle the guy at the top. Okay, let's hope I don't fuck this up. Boom, 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 pow. Alright, as you can see, he's dead. So my decision to go for Shatter was good. Okay, and now my Zombie Man just needs to out. My Amai just needs to out. So we heal up my team, as you can see. I think this is probably my top run so far, just based on the circumstances that the 3 of them at the back died so soon. I think it's partially because I have bonus damage from the explorations. It's late at night already, so. Okay, yep, this is the correct output. So for the rest of it, it's all just auto. Okay, I could just end it and skip here, but let's have a nice watch at my Pancaker, my Smack, and my questionable Amai. Boing, boing. Honestly, my Amai is so questionable. His damage output is way too low. I need to show you after this. Yeah, but it's not my fault. I have too many. I don't have enough resources. That's just how it is. Pow. For those of you who are F2P, the lineup to use for this is almost identical, except that your damage dealer here is Beast King. You would have invested a lot more into Amai, and the other units you can just fit in accordingly, whatever you need for bossing. So if you have a king to shatter, it's a king. If not, you can use a CE. Plenty of options lah. I think you have to go and look at the F2P guides in the Discord for how to do club boss. F2P players have been consistently hitting above 120 to 140 mil already, just with Amai and Beast King alone. So it just depends on whether you build out your Beast King and Amai. It's very critical to build those two. They are the Amai, Beast King, and Zombie Man are your bossing heroes. The Zombie Man's job is to heal them, and then the other 2 are there to deal extremely high single target damage. Boing. Oh, look at the animation. It's so sexy. Oh, love my Garo. Garo the best. Boing, 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 boing. Wow, 400k. That's one of the higher instances of my Amai damage. I think after Garo is released, right, the game just became fun again. Before Garo was just like so nothing to do, No heroes that make a difference. Like even Silverfang, right? He summons shields, but that's such a passive thing. It's not fun to look at or exciting in any way. But Garo though, Garo is exciting. No, don't kill my Garo. No. Oh, Silverfang's alive again. What drugs has he been on? Why is he so tanky? I didn't expect my Silverfang to survive. He doesn't even have like suit or anything. He's just using some shitty ass broken set. Boing. Oh, he's dead. Well. Let's see. Output less than just now, but I think both are similar in terms of the damage. You can see that most of my damage comes from Boros actually. So 461 mil, and I have a long way to go from tier 5, but I think I'll get there eventually. In the meantime, let's go take a look at how shabby my Amai is. Other people's Amai have like 300k damage, and mine is over here, Pip. Not even 200k. What have I done? It's fine. Let's have a look. It's just cause I didn't put any points into his gear. It's not that my Amai is weak, it's that I have no resources. Oh god, people are gonna laugh at this. 200k! 200k Amai. In the meantime though, my Garo is hot as shit right now. Woohoo! This is actually very low attack for a 5-star Garo. I am aware of that. But that's because I haven't got much buff gears going yet. I'm waiting for good pieces. So once the good pieces come, I'll have a much more damaging Garo, and especially because my gear is pretty decent. They are all attack pieces, and I recently picked up this sexy ass knight. Oh, look at this orange glowy crit plus 6.5%. I mean, the sad part about this piece is that I can't use star ascension cards to boost it like I do for this slot. But wow, crit plus 6.5%. Yeah, it's fantastic. Couldn't have asked for much better. And if you look at the rest of my items, right, they're all decent as well. Attack percent, hit percent to counter resistance. Yeah, they're all decent pieces. So I'm hoping that this works out. My Garo should be much stronger soon. And show you all the talent progression as well. Right, so my greens are slightly more filled out now. I'm still trying to go for this. Okay, I'm trying to go for this. Then there are some important ones over here as well. Okay, the one where increase crit if there's high HP. Crit proc will increase the chance to get berserk, and block will allow him to enter the damage reflect state. Then for my second tier, I'm also aiming for quite a few things, but most of it will be going towards a decreased shield effect. Okay, this probably affects follow up, which is super good. Okay, and finally, all of these are pretty strong as well. It reduce energy gauge, attack as extra damage. When attacking, deal 9% attack as extra damage above 80% health. So all of this is pretty good. Okay, of course the main focus is on attack stats still. So those have to be maxed out first before I can do anything else. You can see I have a pretty decent amount of Ruthless Sigils. These are not the best options, but they are still pretty good overall. Okay, and I have a try and pierce through block thingy here. Yep. So that's all for the progress update. I'm hoping to get my Garo to 2 mil BP within another 1.5 weeks. I think it's possible. My other units are still floundering a bit, but I think we'll get there. I have some questionable pieces still, but on its way. Okay, let's end off the video with gear refresh, because I haven't done that in a while, and I'm itching to spend my tickets up here. Even if I don't get anything, I do want to pick up something. Like, I just want to spend it, you know what I mean? Oh, I got nothing. It's okay, Don't cry, bro. Actually, that might not be worth buying anymore. I had to replenish my gold by buying all the packs, because I think gold is the most strongly limiting thing now. So I just bought it all. Went from like less than 2 mil to almost 10 mil straight or some shit. Should I buy one last R&D pack before I go? I think I only bought one this morning, so I don't see it here. Yeah, there's no more there. But anyway, you guys get the point. Hope you guys have a great day. So it's definitely fun to be fighting Club Boss. I hope you guys join me soon. Just give it a shot if you cleared out the critical memories. So you actually need to have cleared out some of these memories at the back to do Club Boss Burrows. Important ones are, let's say if you have a mostly grappler team, you definitely need this one. Grappler extra damage resistance. And if you are playing like me, partial Esper team also, you want to be looking at the other one here, which is the Esper extra damage rest. So anyway, that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you. Bye bye.